Hi folks, welcome to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Nisi. Welcome back everybody else. We are going to get into some golden drops from a golden Mac day, Jungkook. And I'm excited because I just watched the MV slash listen to Standing Next to You. So that reaction, by the time this is up, will already be up if you want to check it out. But I want to get into all of the other golden songs that will not have already had a reaction. So by now, 7, that reaction is up. 3D, that reaction is up. And of course, Standing Next to You is going to be the first official post-album track that will have a reaction. But I want to do all the B-sides that are not one of those songs. I'm actually now interested to know like how much time this is. Sometimes YouTube will like summarize how long it's going to take. Oh, there it is. 18 minutes. 18 minutes and 54 seconds. Is this album an LP? Does it hit 30 minutes? It's got to be an EP, right? It's 11 songs. Anyway, we're going to go in order and just skip any songs that we've already reacted to. So let us start with Closer to You. I want to check out the lyrics at the same time. Obviously, without a music video, the album typically on YouTube doesn't have any closed captions. So we're just going to use Genius. Let's start with Closer to You, which is featuring Major Lazer. And it was produced, oh, Diplo produced this. I did not realize that. I just kept seeing the feature. LeClaire, Masick. Okay, let's go. JK's all English album.
Speaking with emotions, won't look away. Love me at my lowest. Love you when you're barely holding on.
Ooh, he sounds great.
I can be your shoulder when you're not strong. Closer.
Keep thinking of RM's Closer on Indigo. Yes. Ooh. I like this song. I'm trying to think of what this reminds me of. It's like a little bit of The Weeknd, but there's something in this groovy part that I don't listen to a lot of The Weeknd, so I don't know if The Weeknd has that like I don't know, it feels like very like almost like reggaeton. I don't know, it just feels like it has a extra oomph in this, like mama told him you don't fly to him, that's all right, who's got that part feels like it's got like some kind of like reggaeton type Afro beat to it. That's really cool. Again, I don't listen to a lot of Weeknd songs, so while like aesthetically how he sounds, but I do think this bridgy part is really funky. I think that is like, I don't know, it sounds really good to me. Let me keep going though. Yeah, there's something on this. I'm never good with like difference between like an islandy sound versus reggaeton versus like an Afro beat, but Interesting. Okay, I'm just thinking of it from the perspective of like uh storytelling, and obviously I'm not even going in order, so now I'm not. This is song number 2. Song number 1 is 3D. I want to see you in motion in 3D. I like how it's leading into this closer to you feeling now. We were talking about digitally connecting. All right, now I want to be closer to you. It feels like a little angsty. Maybe they don't want to be close to you right now. Maybe they're saying, mama told you not to reply to me, right? You keep going back and forth, a little bit of up and down the relationship. And then you get to that 7 break. It's not even a breakup because they don't break up per se, but almost this like we can fight like cat and dogs type feeling, but I still love you. We'll still get through it type of feeling. So from a storytelling perspective, which is always something I like to look at, in an album, how are they outlaying the songs? Does the order speak to the journey that you're trying to be taken on? Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So far, these first 3 songs, I can kind of see even Standing Next to You is next, actually. So at that point, we don't get to, that's every song. So yeah, by now we'll be going in the actual order after this point. And Standing Next to You fits really nicely after a 7. You kind of made up a little bit, and now you're just reaffirming that passion for that person, that standing next to you passion. So far I like the order of 1 through 4. All right, I like Closer. So far, based on what my thought process and questions coming out of Standing Next to You and into this reaction was for reference, is the album going to feel as standard? I call it generic, not generic in a bad way, generic in a way of saying that it is the most appealing to the most people possible. And the layered depth of the meaning for the artists in the words that they're conveying is not as like 1-to-1 tie the more generic pop you get, because again, it's supposed to be something that a lot of people can infer, can feel, can glom onto. So it doesn't generic pop isn't meant to get super 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 personal unless that's the storytelling element of the pop music, like a Call Me Maybe, which is obviously a very specific, you meet someone and you want to give them your number, right? That can be personal in terms of a story for an artist. But again, it's mostly something that everyone has experienced in their life at one time. So whether it's a true story or not, right, it doesn't feel personal. It doesn't feel as specific. That was my question, is it going to be more like Standing Next to You, which feels like anyone can hear that song and feel like they've had those emotions, felt those feelings. And it also doesn't feel like necessarily it's a song that Jungkook would personally connect to outside of his appreciation of it as a song and the music of it. You know what I mean? The meaning of it isn't deep. So that was my question. Is the meaning going to be deep on all the songs on the album? Or are there going to be more generic pop in the sense that they stay at that little bit of a higher level of emotional depth, and it's really just about enjoying the music? So far, Closer falls into, again, not an emotionally deep song. It is a angsty song. So unlike Standing Next to You, which is driven just like by a lot of like passion and emotions, this feels like it's driven by a lot of different emotions. Sadness, desperation, right? That loving feeling that you have for that person, that desire to be next to them. It does feel a little bit more complex in the type of emotions that it's conveying in the lyrics of the song. But structure-wise, song-wise, it feels very much like what I would expect from a song that Diplo produced on, and keep calling him DJ Major or DJ or Major DJ or Major Lazer is his name. Major Lazer. Dance hall. That is it. Dance hall. Dance hall is the word that I'm going for in the vibe of these bridges that I really like, that it's not just straight electro pop. It's got this dance hall. I guess that's what Major Lazer brings to it. So that's the word. Get rid of islandy. What else did I say? Reggaeton and potential Afrobeat. All right. Ooh, yes or no? Okay. kind of felt like I was gonna like the song when I heard it on the teaser. Wait, no. Ooh, what is this? This sounds good too. Okay, I'm getting ahead of me. Stop it. Produced by Circuit. All right, Circuit. We already looked at Circuit. And Blake Slatkin, songwriter and producer, best known for working with artists like Lil Nas X, Kid Laroi, 24K Gold, Omar Apollo, and etc. All right, cool. Let's check out Yes or No.
This ain't just another love song, baby. It's my way of putting feelers out. All the traffic in my head's gone crazy. I'm gonna trust my heart right now. And if it's better to bet on us, then I double down. And
Ooh.
put the covers out. And if I'm wrong, I just bury my head deep on the ground. I gotta know, are you feeling the rush? If so, then I think I know what's going
Ooh.
on. Now we're falling in love. Say yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Are you thinking about us? If so, then I think I know what's going on. Now we're falling
Yeah.
in love. Say yes or no.
The one thing, I mean, it's something that I love about music. It's like I feel like I can already sing along to the song even though I've never heard it before, right? That's what I mean by like generic pop. It has a pretty structured standard once they figured out in pop what worked well, what captures the attention, what keeps folks interested in listening, and what, you know, makes them feel satisfied when the song is closed. Then after a while, you can kind of see sort of where the breaks are going to be and where the hook comes in and where the pre-chorus is. Like it just, how the song is laid out is formulaic in a lot of really, really, really good, well-produced pop music. It's formulaic in a lot of bad pop music too, but I'm just saying, even the great, really great songs are still often following a formula, a tried and true formula that works. So I think what, for me, is less exciting is that if it keeps going like this, every one of these songs are going to feel slightly familiar, which is, I think, what good pop does. But that is where you get less like surprise. So I think that is a little bit of like the feeling. I think I'm gonna really love this song. It's my vibe. I really like the sound of it. It's definitely up my alley. It feels sweet on the ear. But like I said, I feel like I can already sing it, even though I have never heard it before. So I think that's the one thing. You either might be super, super surprised because something is very different, or I think you feel very satisfied by something that maybe isn't very unique or different, but is just well done of something that is already popular now, has been done before. It's just another version of that sounds good. And if it's well done, that's also exciting. It's just a different kind of excitement. So I think that is the different level for me, especially as someone who has had so many comebacks recently back to back. And I can really see the difference between like my B-sides reviews already, just the difference in reviewing 2 songs here versus those B-sides. I think it's a little bit different in that sense. Obviously, it's different in the language component as well without the need to translate. I don't have that level of like first listen to surprise afterwards when I hear the lyrics or know the lyrics. So it is going to be different in many ways, but I think one of it certainly is this subversion of expectation that I haven't hit yet. But I love how this song sounds. The sound is my type of vibe. Very light, soft, sweet sounding pop melodies. Right? Like just that. That's very attractive. Sounds very attractive when you put really pretty notes on it. I think that's what I love the most of it.
I just bury my head deep on the ground. I gotta know, are you feeling the rush? If so, then I think I know what's going on. Now we're falling in love. Say yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Are you thinking about us? If so, then I think I know what's going on. Now we're falling in love. Say yes or no, yes or no, yes or no. Everybody in this club so faded.
Nice break.
Getting lost on you. If we forever started out as strangers, I think my birthday just came true. If If you could see what I see, then I see what it's about. We will go higher and higher, but we're not looking down. If it's a dream, that's so tell it when I'll be coming round. And I gotta know, are you feeling the rush? If so, then I think I know what's going on. Now we're falling in love, say yes or no. Yes or no, yes or no. Are you thinking about us? If so, then I think I know what's going on. Now we're falling in love, say yes or no. Yes or no, yes or no. Something about you.
Yeah.
The way I do.
Pretty.
There's magic in the room. Tell me, do you feel it too? Something about you. Do you feel the way I do? There's magic in the room. Tell me what we gonna do. Are you feeling the rush? If so,
Yes.
then I think I know what's
Mute.
going on. Now we're falling in love. Say yes or no. Yes or no. Yes or no. Are you thinking about us?
Mmm.
Going on. Now we're falling in love. Say yes or no. Say yes or no. Yes or no.
Mmm. Mmm. Nice. Nice way to end. Ooh, okay, right now. I'm trying to think where 7 goes in, so I gotta put that on the side. 7's definitely above 3D for me. Standing next to you. I actually think 3D is still above standing next to you. Which means yes or no is my top right now. Oh, closer. I think closer is in between 7 and 3D for me. Yeah, okay, yes or no. 7, closer, 3D, standing next to you. Order so far, 6 to go. Let's roll. Okay, let's go to Please Don't Change. All right, this is the feature with DJ Snake. And not only is he featured on it, he is produced by him and Banks and Ranks. Cool name.
Lights on camera. Fast life stamina. Nowhere to hide on a satellite.
Ooh, okay. So far this song so far is the first song out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 so far that we have already heard that feels tied to him personally. And that's not obviously to say that he couldn't have been ready for some 3D in his life, that he doesn't have someone he wants to bone down 7 days a week. You know what I mean? I don't know his personal life like that. But this part I do know about his personal life. He's in front of the cameras. He has a fast life which requires the stamina. He can't hide from any place, not even a satellite. So I'm very intrigued now by just the opening verse of this song. Does it feel different coming from him with something that at least I know personally probably aligns to his true experiences? I gotta be honest, so if he's not boning down somebody or telling someone he wants to see them in 3D, I'd be shocked because this man is hot and someone deserves to be appreciating that body besides him. All right, let's go. Am I the only fan who so badly wants him to be with other people? Date, find love, guys. I just want you to be having a good time, enjoying your young youth, your life right now. And part of that is finding some good people to do some sweet loving with. It's the truth as someone who does no sweet loving, okay? I just wish that for you. Ooh, different vibes. Less sweet. Mmm. Gotta be honest, yeah, this sounds exactly like a DJ Snake song. Maybe he's talking to us. He doesn't want us to change. Okay, is this about your life right now? I mean, not now. You're on camera now, but like before this. Mm. Please don't change.
'Cause I love you, yeah, I love you, oh, I love you, love the way you are. Please
No.
change.
Oh, so DJ Snake. It's like I can hear it. Like, okay. I can feel it. I can feel it. I can hear it. Just in certain instrumentations that he does. That there's a song called that I'm obsessed with. That song, some of this instrumentation, I am very impressed. I shouldn't say impressed because I'm not surprised. The folks that he has worked with, literally, he is churning out right now pop gold. Like, to me, this is pop gold. Does it excite me a lot? It doesn't. But like when I hear it, do I feel it immediately? Because that's what gold pop is supposed to do. Just doesn't matter if you like it, just earworms itself. It sounds right. It sounds nice. It sounds melodic. It just is good. It feels good. Every single producer so far that he's worked with these songs on, gold standard pop releases. Every single one of them so far. Have we even gotten to Ed Sheeran yet? Have we gotten to Shawn Mendes yet? I don't even know. I guess not, because I think I would see them on the list of credits. So it's only going to continue getting great. The team that they lined up in terms of producers for this album for him, genius. I think they did such a good job. And I very much am hearing all of these different vibes that I have heard from these staple producers before, but hearing them with Jungkook's voice is very, very nice, very pleasing. I want more of it. But I also am definitely intrigued to, what his second or third or fourth album might be when he starts to experiment in something else. I think right now he's experimenting and getting into the global market by pushing into this all English album. But JK is an experimenter. He's not going to settle for just one style for the rest of his life. He's going to be the type of person who continues to learn and grow for the rest of his life. So I do think we're going to see albums that feel very different from this in the future, which is why I just want him to produce and release what he wants to release. I think I will get all of the things I need from him in my lifetime, in time. He should be able to do that at his own pace. I do like the song a lot. But it just feels like my growing up time, right? Like my early 20 times. I like it. Okay. We're gonna get to Hate You. Oh, is this the Shawn Mendes one? I wonder if I'm gonna be able to hear Shawnee Shawn. Shawnee Shawn's one of my favorite. Okay, maybe it's not Hate You. He's not on this one anyway. But Shawnee Shawn's one of my favorite pop voices. I'm like, who else is poppy on this? Ed Sheeran is 100% one of my favorite songwriters and voices. I was an Ed Sheeran fan before the entire world became an Ed Sheeran fan, when no one knew A-Team at all, and I could be singing that, humming that decades ago. And to have seen his success to now is awesome. So I am very, very excited to hear what the collaboration between them sound like. But both of those, Shawn Mendes and Ed Sheeran, are two of my favorite male pop vocalists, which I can only imagine what it's gonna mean when we get Jungkook in this mix as one of my all-time favorite vocalists. So, all right, let's get to Hate You. Oh, it's another. So okay, Circuit produced on this a lot. I think this is another one from the teaser that I really was interested in. I think it was Hate You and Yes or No, and no, I think those were the two that I was most intrigued by. Sounds sad. Yeah, this is the one. Wait. Is this not the one that Shawn Mendes wrote on? Because it sounds Shawn Mendes-y. He's nowhere in here. Whoa. Hold on. Let me just double check this. Unless there's credits below here. More credits. About, I do think this, oh, here we go. Credits. Yes. Okay, no duh. Shawn Mendes. Okay, just really quick, guys. Now that I know that there's more credits down here, I do want to go back and see the ones that we missed. Okay, written by Bipolar Sunshine, but still pretty much the same team. Love seeing P-Dog's name there too. Okay. Okay, this, I should have known. I should have known. Right, this is yes or no? Yeah, okay. It's no wonder, it's my favorite. It's no freaking wonder. Now that I know it's the Ed Sheeran one, yeah, it's no wonder. It's because I love Ed Sheeran. I mean, it kind of sounds like middle Ed Sheeran. It doesn't sound like pre-fame 18 Ed Sheeran. It has like his melodies and all that type of stuff, but it definitely just sounds more recent Ed Sheeran song, I think. All right, perfect. And then Closer to You. Oh my gosh, so many writers. This is when you know it's pop, because the list of writers is endless. So either people who have already been listed or no one who jumps out to me. All right, that's everything. Let's jump back. Now I know where to go. We are on my Mendes-y Hate You. Yeah. Gosh, it sounds like Mendes with how explicit he's stating his pain. I feel like two people have that cornered really well, and I think it's Shawn Mendes and Taylor Swift in terms of like they somehow make layman speak seem so beautiful and melodic at the same time. They don't sugarcoat and hide in metaphors. Like, I mean, there's a lot of beautiful metaphors in both Taylor Swift and Shawn Mendes' music, but I don't think they hide in trying to make their lyrics sound fluffier or better than what it is. When they want to just say it in layman's terms, they say it. I wish you just went behind my back. There's probably prettier ways you can say that, but that is the beauty of that type of style. And I think that's why they become so popular so quickly, is again, very, very relatable. You don't need to, think you're dissecting poetry to dissect their lyrics, and yet it still hits you in the heart, still sounds good because the music with the lyrics is also still fantastic. And a lot of times it's really smart and funny, and how they say things is still witty, even if it's in layman speak. But there's something about that. I wish you kissed someone I know. It's just as relatable. It's just relatable. It's how you would talk to like your girlfriends or your friend or your lover.
Someone I know and
You do it so that way I can hate you.
Maybe hating you's the only way it doesn't hurt.
Oh, I love it.
So I'm gonna hate
So Sean. I'm so happy. Just thinking of all the people that I've heard Jungkook say that he's wanted to work with, and like, you gotta give him props. He's hitting them like in one shot. So impressive. That is to the skill and the legacy that he has already built, that these people all want to work with him as well, right? It goes back and forth. These are great producers, artists, talented songwriters, etc. He is also a talented artist as well. And I think what I would imagine is the reverence goes both ways for these folks that he works with. And so I'm just really, really happy for him. Feels weird to be happy for someone who's richer and more successful than me, but happens a lot with these guys, as I'm sure you guys feel the same way. Yeah, good teaser clip part.
We weren't perfect, but we came close until I put all of our pain under the microscope.
Wow. I was just talking about this with IU because recently I heard a couple of songs that IU was singing just in English, and it had been the first time that I really heard her sing all in English. Obviously, it's not the case with Jungkook, but this is the first time back to back. You know what I mean? Like back to back, tons of songs in one reaction. It's my first listen of all English Jungkook songs, so many of them in succession, right? So it's a different feeling. And hearing his voice, I was saying it with the IU stuff, is even just the difference in language changes how someone sings, how they emote, the tone, the shape of your mouth, how you hold your tongue in your throat, those types of things, where you place, where the chords are rubbing. Is it rubbing, is it coming from your nose? Is it coming from the back of your throat? Are you really trying to get it from your chest? That type of stuff, I do think changes based on language as well, not just on how you want to emote a specific song. So hearing his tone is different. And now hearing it over this very long time, I just feel like I'm hearing all these notes and colors that I'm not used to hearing, but it's because he's not saying all of these words usually. So I don't get to hear some of those types of tones. It's really, really cool. Just hearing him sing this part here of the "Until I Put All of Our Pain Under a Microscope," just hearing him say that sounds like a different part of his voice that I haven't heard before. It's really pretty.
Pain under the microscope, and I still can face it. I'm still in love.
I'm still in love.
Maybe hating you's the only way it doesn't hurt.
Probably.
So I'm gonna hate you.
Maybe not though. Pretty.
It's not the truth, it's not the cure, but hating you's the only way it doesn't hurt.
Shawn Mendes does simple melodies so beautifully. I really like that song, but to be expected. I heard the snippet and I knew that was going to be one of my tops. So right now, yes or no, still tops, with Hate You being second. So that is all of Golden from our Golden Maknae JK. Our Golden Maknae JK of BTS. I'm proud of our boy. Full English album. I do think there is a lot more depth and color to what Jungkook can produce. But what I think he's going for and how he's trying to break into the market as a solo artist, really attacking from like, let's just go full on, all English, Western, i.e. a global market that way, right? So even folks who are not interested in K-pop are going to hear these songs. These songs are going to be played in many places, not just the US, the UK, in many places as English, whether it's fair or not, is the dominant universal language. It's the next language after music of universal languages. So it is what it is. He's going for the top. He's going for critical mass. And I think we will see more colors from him because we know he has that. But for what he's going for at critical mass, I think this is gold. This is gold. Every single one of these songs is really, really good, beautifully produced. In some cases, a little generic, simple, but for me, I think that is actually good for his strategy in terms of airplay. I think this stuff is going to get a ton of streams, and I actually think they're going to get really, really good radio play. And if ARMY is on their stuff, they will be calling into radio stations because like Dynamite, like Seven, like 3D, like this is the time. So if you want them to get that push, that's going to get their name out and make them even bigger so that when they do come back and produce as a group, they will have more fans. JK is doing a good job of that. So I can understand, criticism of that or folks who may appreciate a different style or different type of music that BTS puts out. But BTS is not Jungkook. Jungkook's just one part of BTS. And so I'm appreciating his solo endeavors. And I do think he is going for the top, which again might not be as beautiful and personal as an Indigo or a D-Day or a Face, right? Or even a Jack in the Box, a Layover. It just is trying to shoot for broader audience. And I think he's going to get there with this type of music. The producers, I thought, did a great job. I'm very, very happy with the work that they put out. I'm excited to listen to this album. I'm going to wrap it up because I think I could talk about how exciting it is. I think I keep talking because I really do feel like when I stop this, I will dive into reactions. And I just know there's going to be negative talk and thought or people who are disappointed. And it's bound to happen. You can't, not any one thing is ever going to be loved by everyone. So it's going to be the case. But I do want the feeling of the excitement about this to stay with me. So I think that's the part where I keep talking because I don't want to end it. I do really see where he's going strategically. And I think it's smart. I do think he's, out of everyone, actually capitalizing the most on the potential to find new fans. Those fans might not become a fan of BTS because the music is different. But in the end, his solo work is for him and the team. So even if it brings just a few new fans to BTS, I think that's good. And this type of broad appeal is what's going to get the biggest bang for your buck. It's just the truth. Most fans are not us. They're not going to listen to music that they can't understand. So I get what he's doing. I like it. I like the songs. I am so happy that I have so many songs that I actually really, really like and immediately want to play. That was my biggest worry. Was it going to be too basic, too generic? And if it is, it's because it's gold standard version of that, and that I can take. So thank you again for watching. I appreciate you guys checking out this album with me. I know there wasn't a lot to watch per se. It's more like thank you for listening along with me. But I really, 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 really enjoyed this. I think I only got more excited after standing next to you. Standing Next to You is my second to least favorite song on the album, so not surprisingly. So it is actually very, very exciting. It doesn't always happen this way, that the title track builds with all the B-sides so much. But for me, every B-side so far, outside of Somebody's the only one, really, really has done a number on the titles and pre-releases in comparison to me, which just means, again, that the excitement has actually been on an exponential increase in listening to his stuff. So good on him for that from my perspective. Thank you again. Like I said, I'll keep talking if I don't stop talking. So thank you. I really appreciate you. I hope you are having a goldenly bright, sunny, beautiful, shining, ray-filled, dazzling light day. This album has got me so jazzed. I don't know why, but I'm going to listen to it again and I'm going to figure it out. All right. Bye.